Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Uncommon Sight. It was pointed out to me by my wife at my last video. I never said my name. That's a YouTube new mistake, so I apologize for that. My name is John. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Uncommon Sight. My name is John, and it was pointed out to me graciously by my beautiful wife that I never said my name in the last video, so none of you know who I am. Honestly, I just assumed that the only people that were gonna really watch that video were people that I knew personally, and like they all know who I am, but that's not the mentality that you should have if you want to actually do something. So I started Uncommon Sight, the name, about 6 years ago, and it came from me just getting older and wanting a change in my life. My previous name was I Am John Carlos, which is my name, and I got really just attached to that name, and everything I did and everything became about like that instead of my work and who I was. And I got to a point where I wanted to move on from that name. So me and my wife were talking one night, and just saying, I was just telling her all these things, and I was like, but I don't want something common. I want something different, but that I can still relate back to photography, but I also want to do other kinds of art. So I don't know what to do. And she was like, why don't you just do Uncommon? And I hit her with the Jim from The Office stuff. Then I immediately went to Instagram and looked it up. The name was unavailable, unfortunately, because I would have loved to have just Uncommon. Ultimately, we got serious, and I'm colorblind, so my eyesight is different. And then I was building a website, and I wanted it to be different in the sense of I would use themes that weren't tailored towards art or photography, because I wanted to have something that was just a little different than everything that was out there at the time. And then you use your camera, you see through a lens, so everything was revolved around sight. So she was like, well, what about Uncommon Sight? Because you want an uncommon name and everything revolves around sight, beginning with you being colorblind. So you're already from the get-go, your sight is not common. And I was like, you know what, I really like that. I really like how that ties in, because it relates to so many things that I want to do. And I can do any kind of creative outlet visually, because it refers to sight, not necessarily photography, though you need that for photography. So I went to Instagram, and the name was available. I changed my name on there. I think I deleted all of my pictures on there for years. I don't know if the archive feature was there yet. I missed a lot of the pictures that I had on there. I lost a hard drive many years ago that had a lot of my old iPhoto pictures in there. So a lot of those pictures are just gone. But at that point, I deleted everything. I changed the name, and Uncommon Sight was born, started, and created, and that's what I've been using for the last 6 years. And my photography now with this channel and my website, and just kind of pushed everything creatively around that, but disassociated who I am personally with that, which was part of the problem with my previous Instagram handle. So now it's like I have my personal life, but I have my creative life, and people know me as both. But that's kind of how Uncommon Sight started and why I chose that name. Okay, so now that you know where the name came from, what is this channel for? So I've been a photographer for about 18 years, off and on, love-hate relationship. Up until about a year and a half ago, I was not humble. I was very prideful. I thought I was better than most people because I love the technical side of photography. And so I do a lot of research and a lot of studying and a lot of learning because I just love it so much. And who I was before was not humble in that, and kind of a jerk. I wasn't very nice, very sad for the people in my life that had to deal with that. I don't like it. I'm not that way anymore. This is part of the reason why I wanted to disassociate from the old name and who I was, because I'm not that person anymore. Now I want to see everybody do great. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to mentor people. I want to teach people. I want everybody I meet that wants to learn photography. I hope that if they take advice from me, that they either are or become better than I ever could be in photography. And that's just my genuine wish for people that want to learn photography and take some of the things that I say, or take my advice, or ask me questions. It's very different than what it was before. So what this channel is I want to make videos talking to myself 18 years ago. Things I wish I would have known, things I wish I would have learned, things that took me 18 years to learn, how to not be a jerk in photography, because it's very easy to get there, especially when things are good and when you're doing good and when there's money and there's photo shoots and you think you're better than everybody, and the downfall that comes from that. And it may be now, it may be tomorrow, maybe years from now, but it will happen and it will destroy you. It did me. I sold all my gear, everything, and I didn't touch a camera for about 5 years, until I was at church and somebody found out that I do photography and they needed help, and they had nobody available to do photography that day. And my buddy was like, hey, just help me out one time. He's like, you can use my camera. It was the same camera that I used to have, so I already knew how it worked and everything, and I did photography. And I had already changed who I was, but I wasn't really doing photography outside of like iPhone pictures every now and then on Instagram. And just having the camera in hand again, I fell in love with it all over again. Everything that I loved about it came back, but none of the jerkiness that I had about me came back, which is the best part of this. And that's where this channel comes from, is I want to do tutorials, and I want to do just talk about photography, and gear. I love doing research on gear, so I want to talk about that. Some tech, because we use tech. I'm a software engineer by day, so I love like Lightroom, how it's built, how it works, the ins and out of it. For video, I use DaVinci Resolve, the free version, and one day maybe I'll upgrade to that. I don't think I need to right now. This channel is not really anything to be like, I'm gonna spend $300 on a couple of features that I don't even know how to use yet. So the free version works. It's way better than iMovie. It's way better than Premiere Rush. If anybody out there is making videos and you're using one of those, check out DaVinci Resolve. If you have an iPad, they have an iPad version. But yeah, so that's basically what I want this channel to be. I just want this channel to be me talking to myself when I started photography, and hopefully just steer him into where we are today. And I want all of you to come along for that ride, and I want you to ask the questions, and I want you to be involved and call me out if there's something, if I'm wrong on something, and I will make a video apologizing that I said something about f-stop that was wrong, and I'll do the research to figure it out, because that's what I want to do now. Before I would just be like, no, you're wrong, I'm right, this is what it is, and you suck. And that's a terrible way to live, and it's a terrible way to treat people. And I don't want to be associated with the way that I was there. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what this is. I want to teach people, I want to help people, and I plan on doing that by talking to myself and embracing all of you who come along for the ride. All right, guys, that's what this channel is. I know this is a boring one. The scenery didn't change. It's just me sitting here talking to you. It's going to be longer than probably the last one. It's going to be a little bit of me rambling, which I'm told I do. I tried to avoid that in the last one. I think that's part of why I forgot to actually introduce myself. But I just wanted to just talk about like who I am, how this started, what I want this channel to be, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to have you all join. If you have any comments, just shoot them out below. Send me an email, reach out to me on Instagram or Threads. Those are the two social medias that I use the most. I love talking about photography. I'll chat with you. If you have questions and I don't know the answer, I'll do the research to figure it out, especially if it's photography, because that's what I love. If you have ideas like, hey, I'd really like a video on something, like, let me know. I got a running list in my notes app of ideas of videos that I want to make. So if you have an idea, throw it over to me. Or if you ask a question, I'm like, this make a good video. I think a lot of people would enjoy this or benefit from this. Like, I'll do that as well. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. That's me. I am John, Uncommon Sight. That's what this channel is. I can't wait to go on this journey with you guys. All right, see ya. Stay creative and push the culture.